All right, so I'm going to take you through the steps of making a slab mug. And the video starts with you already having cut your slab out and your base out for the circle for the bottom. And the idea here is to just place that slab exactly on the top edge, not around the outside of the circle, but like sitting right on the top edge of the circle. That's going to be the bottom. And have them overlap because the slab is going to be too long. And what I'm demonstrating here is that if you take a needle tool and literally anywhere where the two slabs overlap, you're going to cut a diagonal line, basically at like a 45-degree angle right through that slab. And just be careful not to cut all the way through the bottom. So it looks like I'm going right to the table, but I'm not. I'm actually stopping before I get to the bottom of the mug. Okay? So what you'll see is a nice cut slab here, and that angle is just to make it easier to connect the two pieces together and to hide the seam. So once you've made that cut, you just thoroughly slip and score every surface, and that's what I'm doing here. And in the video, I'm showing how to do this with water. Water works fine. If there is slip available, which I usually have in the room, you can also use slip. But as long as you're thorough with your water and your scoring, this works well also. And then the next step is to just place everything right back where it belongs, making sure that you're always trying to make sure that you keep everything as round as you can. I'll mention this later on in the video too. It's really good to notice like that your table's clean so the bottom of your mug doesn't get a bunch of crumbs and dents in it. But essentially, from here on out, you're going to first make sure that you really thoroughly connect that seam. So what I'm showing you now is how that 45-degree angle, when we cut the slab, what it does is it helps the clay kind of lay right over the top of itself so that you can sort of smooth one side of the slab over the other, and it really does a nice job to hide that connection. And you want to make sure, of course, that you make that smoothing connection inside and out to get rid of it. There are a lot of wooden tools in the room. I refer to them as modeling tools, and they basically are able to just get places where like you can't maybe reach, or it'll help you smooth kind of hard to reach places. So I'll show you how to use those as well. But for the next kind of couple minutes of this video, I'm working my way all around the project, making sure everything is smooth and connected inside and out. I'm paying attention to that seam again, and in this case I'm going to take my smooth metal rib, not the scoring rib, but the smooth one, and really just blending that connection even more. I want that to be completely gone, like almost, if I can make it so that there's no evidence that there was a connection there, that's sort of what I'm going for. And then right here, this is important. So right now, the rim is just a flat cut-off slab, and it doesn't make it very comfortable to drink from. And so I'm just going around and giving a little pinch to sort of each edge, and I'm rounding off that rim to make it much more comfortable to drink from. It looks a lot cleaner. It looks more professional. It's just absolutely the way to go. So checking out my work. Rounding the very bottom edge a little tiny bit just to make it a little like less susceptible to chipping. Like if I put it down too hard, I don't want the kind of like a sharp edge to chip off when I'm using the mug. So I just give it a little bit of a roundness to the bottom as well. And then work my way around little by little, refining, smoothing that in the same way that I want to get rid of the seam where my slab connects, I also want to get rid of the evidence of any connection from the base to the walls. And this is a trick I use all the time. I am not rolling it really hard. I'm just giving it a light little roll, and it just kind of gets my that edge back and gets rid of some of the bumps that might occur from just connecting slabs, and how things can get a little bit messy while you're working on them. I always say that your project is often ugly before it's pretty, and it's in this case, you're just little by little working your way around and trying to smooth out all of those little inconsistent areas. Okay. So essentially, once you have made your basic cylinder. You've smoothed it on the inside, you've smoothed it on the outside. You have what you need to continue on with your handle and finish your mug.